Out. All right. Okay, so another wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and we're talking about using all the tools in your toolbox. And this is a very good question because I have a lot of friends in marketing, and I ask a lot of questions of people about what they're using. And the most amazing thing that strikes me is when they say, I haven't used it yet. They're the one who got me to sign up for it, but they haven't used it yet. Yeah. Okay. Um, and I noticed when I talk to people, other people about the cash mailer, and I ask them, how often do you send? And I get the answer, oh, once a week, or I haven't sent in a long time. Same thing with Lead Sleep. You know, when I talk to people about using Lead Sleep, it's pretty incredible that a lot of people that I talk to, they're not using everything within Lead Sleep. They're not building pages, they're not making lists, they're not writing social reviews. They're honestly, I don't know what they're doing with the program because they don't really use it at all. And I think the problem with a lot of these programs is they have a free level that you can stay at for the rest of your life, and they have a paid level. And I noticed that I understand using the free level for a little while to test it out, but eventually you're going to want to go to the upper level to get so that you could use all your marketing tools. And I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at how many people aren't using these things. So we're going to do a little bit of a screen share for a bit. Where? Okay, then. We're going to do a little bit of a screen. There it is. It's a green button right in the very center of the screen. That is embarrassing. Okay. So that's what we're sharing. There it is. Okay, so here we are. So this is Lead Sleep. I hope, can everyone see that? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. So let me real quick go to the window. Oops. All right. Okay, so normally people want to build a list, then they want to build their page, but they have to advertise something. Now, in the cash mailer, everything that's here, like send a mailing, check your cash mailbox, trying to find promo codes. I understand why people shy away from that stuff because it can be seen as time consuming. Spotlight ads, but this is where the real bread and butter comes in, the downline builder. I've actually had people sign up as a referral on this program, and they're clicking around, looking around the site. They should actually be on the home page going through the steps, but instead they're clicking around the sites and they join one of the programs I have on here. Under mailers, this is the mailer that everyone joins the most from my downline builder. State-of-the-art mailer. State-of-the-art mailer. I've had just random people I've never heard of join this from my downline builder. It's pretty incredible. I'd love for them to, like, jump on one of the other programs I have. But I just think it's neat how someone will come to the site and they'll use the downline builder. And that kind of makes the downline builder kind of like a funnel where people are coming in for traffic, but then you have all these other things to offer them. Now, these are our tools. Oh, whoops, Tracy. Sorry, Tracy. I didn't mean to make you wait. I didn't even see that alert. Okay. So right here, if someone asks you about Great Life, or you're talking to someone about Great Life, you would never say, "Oh, just go to my downline builder in the cash mailer and and go ahead and sign up through there." Okay, because you want to give them the link to take the tour right away as you're talking to them. So, but this is more for people who you're not actually talking to. They're coming, they're visiting the site. You don't even know they're visiting the site. You ever get a commission alert? You just made a commission because such and such bought this package. And you're like, who is this person? I never heard of this person. And then you go to the list and you see, oh, they came through one of my lists. I actually had a tour taker for Great Life come through my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, I have a video where I'm opening up one of the first products I get from Great Life. This person saw that video, clicked the link in the description, and then took the tour. Now, she's not yet become a member, but because of the way she joined, I'm sorry, because of the way she took the tour, I feel very comfortable reaching out to her, talking to her. Unfortunately, I don't have her phone number because she didn't subscribe through my page, my lead capture page. So I didn't get her number, and Great Life doesn't, they don't get numbers, they don't take numbers. I wish they would take phone numbers because, you know, so that we could call the people who are interested, but that's not the case here. So we've been kind of messaging back and forth. I don't know what's going to come of it. Time will tell. But yeah, sometimes you have the right attitude, but you just, oh, I'm missing the phone number. Now I got to rely on email. Oh, darn. It's just, email is kind of like a big speed bump because you have to wait for them to get it, pray to whatever, that it makes it to their inbox. Because I've noticed lately with the spam filters, random stuff ends up in my spam filter. Like a friend of mine, Jeff, I get emails from him all the time. He gets emails from me all the time. I click on his links. He clicks on mine. And he's in my address book. But once in a while, one of his emails will go into spam. I have no idea why. He only uses one or two links, one link in the body, one link in the signature. He uses papers. He puts my name in the subject line. So I don't even understand it. It almost seems random lately uh, with the whole spam thing. But just to get back on point here, and I know like Nikki, Lloyd, Tracy, you guys are very, very active in the chats in the various groups. And I also, every Wednesday, I see you guys here in the meetings. So I know the three of you are very, very, very active. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to open this up to a discussion early. So let's everybody go ahead and unmute and let's start talking about what it is that we do to build our business, to build our team, and what it is we think we're missing so that we can actually, the week going forward, can do a little bit better. And I say that not from a point of leadership and not from a point of like, oh, I know everything and I'm the magic man and listen to me and all your dreams will come true. No, no, no. I'm talking from the point of view of your point of view. Starting out with 0 people underneath you and then slowly building from there until you start making a little bit of money. Now, the neat thing with Great Life is if you have an upline that starts building underneath you, even though you don't have any personal referrals, you will still make bonuses every month as long as the people underneath you are buying stuff. I've never belonged to a program before where I made money and had 0 personal team members. That is interesting. So, Nikki, we'll start with you. What's your process?
Um, Emails mainly. Yes, that's what I've talking about I've got to get a contact because I'm in Australia and I've got to be able to text um, or send messages. So I was looking into, instead of sending it from Australia, from my phone, I can find another way to make it cheaper to send text and get text replies, not my phone going off at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm looking into the best way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending emails out as well to chat. Yeah, so I'm working on that at present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's basically the dream right there. All you got to do is put out a lead capture page
Yep.
and go ahead and email people, and they'll buy from you.
Mm.
Now, you could possibly get away with that if you're building a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Are you building a YouTube channel, Nikki?
No, I've got to get
Okay.
into doing that. It's just a matter of setting up. So, yeah, to do it.
Okay. Well, I have a
'Cause
YouTube channel. Rob
yes,
has a YouTube channel, and
I
I think
subscribe
Jeff
to both of
does.
you. I
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to both of you.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, the thing about YouTube is when someone subscribes to you, if they don't have an active channel open to the public, I can't see who they are unless they comment on something.
Okay.
Yeah. So YouTube keeps you anonymous until you comment and start liking things. So I
Yep.
have I have subscribers, but the vast majority of them are people without YouTube channels.
Okay.
Mhm. Um, I can't tell you how much YouTube has literally helped my business.
Mm.
And the sales that I did make without contacting anyone, YouTube was pretty instrumental in that.
Mm.
Yeah, so if I highly recommend taking the time to making the channel and then start creating some content. The
Yes.
worst thing you could do is faceless content. Put your face out there. It's
Yep.
very important.
Mm. And that's also around, YouTube is around for so much longer than an ad or anything like that, too. So you could be getting
Exactly.
leads 10 years down the track.
Yep. Yep. And that's why evergreen is better. Okay.
Mm.
So when you make your YouTube video and you're talking about something, general marketing, being a salesperson, creating conversations, creating content, these are all super easy videos to make. And you don't ever have to go back and update them because everything in the sales world, the business world, it stays the same. The technology changes, but everything pretty much stays the same. So let's say right now it's 1930 and you need to go out and make some money and you get a job in sales. Back then, the first thing you had to do is find money for your sales kit. They
Mm.
wouldn't even think about hiring you unless you could afford the sales kit. And back then, they had the most common method was door to door because not
Yes.
everybody had a telephone. So could you imagine that's how you build up your list of customers door to door?
With your vacuum cleaners.
Yes. So email is great. It's fantastic. But a lot of people they don't check their email accounts. They have an account they use for their ads, and they generally don't ever really check it.
Mm.
It's probably why Gmail is so desperate to shut down viral mailers because it creates a lot of traffic on the network that a lot of people aren't using, and it costs them a lot of money to deal with that.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so a lot of people are going to be dead set against having an active YouTube channel and going out and trying to contact people that subscribe to their email list. But honestly, I don't really see any other way to do it unless you're already famous. Because
Mm.
if you listen to some of these guys, one of the ways they got famous was through social media. And it was usually with a multi-level marketing company. They went out there and they put themselves on the line. They contacted people. Um, and then they start building these huge, massive empires and they get noticed, and then everyone starts talking about them. These people no longer have to go out and text message people and call people because they're already a household name. So those days for them are gone. Now it's up to their affiliates to do all that stuff. They just
Mm.
kind of kick back, make the stuff, and collect all the money. Okay, Lloyd, I noticed you unmuted. What's your process?
Yeah, well, haven't done much with YouTube in a while. I do have a video I created for a business in the past. Is there a program to create videos that you would recommend?
How do you mean create videos? Like those AI programs, or are you just looking for a video editor?
Video editor,
Okay. Are you on Windows, Mac, or Linux?
Windows 10,
Oh, okay. I recommend OBS.
OBS. Okay.
Yep. It's great. It it has a free mode. You know, you could use it, use it for free. You can do screen captures. You can insert, you can cut, you can add sound, you can add different video. It's really, for being a free program, it is pretty darn extensive. I recommend you start with that.
Okay.
OBS, let me give you what it stands about. OBS, there you go. It doggone it, I forgot what the letters O, B, and S stand for. But it's a free download, and it works wonderful on Windows. In fact, for the longest time, it was a Windows only application.
Okay.
Yeah. And the best thing is they don't have a affiliate program. So there's nothing for me to gain by recommending that program for you. I also recommend Canva. If you want more of a drag and drop experience with a lot of templates, you might want to give Canva a try too.
Okay. I think I
Mhm.
heard of that recently. I think I read that somewhere recently. Canva.
Yeah, I started using Canva in the beginning to edit my eBay pictures. And then they just kept adding all these different features, all these different features. And now I use it to, like, all those, uh, the graphics I use to make the YouTube thumbnails. I use Canva to make all of those. Super easy. Do. All right. That's all good. Okay, so this is a pretty good meeting. Everyone here, no one here seems shy about contacting people, and no one here seems, shy about the whole sales process. Um, the only thing I think everyone really gets confused with is when you finally find someone to talk to, you might be confused about what program to talk to them about. Because we've got the cash mailer, we've got Great Life. Maybe some of you are also on Got Backup. I mean, in Rob's builder here, downline builder, there's all kinds of companies here. There's like 15, 20 companies here. What do you promote? What do you put on the front end? What do you introduce them to? Does anybody know the answer to that question?
Yes, the cash mailer.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. 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 Lloyd, do you have the answer?
Well, I'm pretty much doing all three.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you don't want to present them with all three though, because then they'll get scared and run for the hills. See, this is where having some very thoughtful conversations with the people that you come in contact with, you want to get to know them. You want to understand what it is that they're into, what it is that they're about. You know, some people, they want nothing to do with business. They think the whole online thing is super shady, but they're fitness nuts. Or maybe they're fat and lazy and watch TV all the time and they're thinking about they want to get healthier. But you won't ever find any of this out without having at least 3 or 4 good conversations with them. And because when you talk to people, their insecurities, the more they trust you, the more they'll let their insecurities bubble to the top. And this is a little bit of psychology, but it's not so much, it's more human nature. We are social animals. And when we like someone, we want to emulate them. So if we appreciate someone who's starting to get healthy and we think we want to get healthy, we're going to want to emulate them. But if they're already a marketer, they have, like my good buddy Jeff, he's already a marketer. He has no interest whatsoever in any type of nutritional company. That's one of the first things he told me when we had our first conversation like 10 years ago. And he told me the same thing when I joined Great Life. But he's perfect for the cash mailer because he's a marketer who needs traffic. And that's what I sold him on. That's what he upgraded to. And not only did he upgrade on the cash mailer, he went a little nuts. He got into referral frenzy and he upgraded in that. And there was a couple other programs he upgraded in because he wasn't joking when he said he needs traffic. And I gave him one good source of traffic, and he used what that source recommended to get a few more good sources of traffic. But had I never talked to him and found out what his pain point was, my recommendation would have kind of been like spam. You know, when you're really into a certain subject and you happen to get a spam email about that certain subject you just got into, you kind of take a couple minutes just to read it, even though it's spam.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how this works. That's how all this works. But the problem is we have to get out of that comfort zone and we really have to put ourselves out there. I mean, you think a guy who looks like me wanted to put up a YouTube channel? No. Every time someone told me to put up a YouTube, I said, so you don't know how to sell without video. It was like an attack on their professionalism. And they said, no. They would come out and just say, no, I don't know how to sell at this level without using video. And that kind of woke me up. That was like, oh, wait a minute now. I'm expecting an argument that's going to devolve into some prehistoric fight, but they came at me with logic. No, I can't make these numbers without video. You know, like Tony Robbins. Could you imagine Tony Robbins' crusade motivational speaking if all he did was publish books? If he never did video? You know, think about that for a minute. Now, of course, he's way too smart. I mean, this man's been selling high ticket stuff, making all kinds of money since he was a sophomore in high school. I mean, wow, that kind of impresses me because when I was a sophomore in high school, I was working at my father's gas station thinking I had the whole world open to me. And here Robbins he was selling pagers and cell phone service. Yeah, it really torques with my mind because if a person applies themselves, regardless of their background, they will be successful. All they have to do is talk to enough people. That's it. All you need is for enough people to read your emails, see your video. If you notice, I don't know if you guys have ever seen my capture page, but one of my sign-up bonuses is a 30-minute free consultation with me. Now you're like, well, who cares? Who are you? But what this tells the person who's signing up is I am willing to talk to them. They can ask me questions. Now, there's this guy, he owns OLSP. He does videos. I rep a couple of his programs, but I did not like the way he does his business. He says, book a 30-minute session with me. So I booked a 30-minute session with him. Well, it wasn't with him. It was with an employee, and that employee had no interest whatsoever in getting to know me or getting to know my business. And I wasn't really able to ask any questions. And the 30-minute meeting was only about 10 minutes because once I figured out what the meeting was about, it wasn't really offering me any value. So I opted out of it right away. And plus, I'm not going to spend $6,000 with a person who can't make a meeting that he set, because you made the meeting with him. That's the way it was represented. And then there's no meeting with him. You're talking to someone else, and they're not talking about your business. They're talking about, if you want to succeed, you're going to buy this $6,000 program. They didn't sell me because they didn't have my trust. They didn't get to know my problem. Therefore, they can't provide a relief to my pain point. All it seems like is a big cash grab. And most people will shy away from that real fast. So you really want to have some conversations with them. You really want to get them to talk about their business. And only then will they really appreciate it when you offer them a solution. Because you're not trying to sell them nothing. You're just offering them a solution. And you're not even trying to close. You're just inviting them, offering them to watch a tour, inviting them to a webinar. The way Jeff upgraded, it wasn't because of my stellar salesmanship. It was because I knew he needed traffic. I told him about the cash mailer. And then he came to a Wednesday night webinar with Rob that I invited him to. And Rob started talking about traffic and talking to people and all this other stuff. Jeff got all fired up and whipped out that credit card and started upgrading in a few different programs. So, you don't have to feel the pressure of trying to close them. You're just making an offer. When you tell someone about the greatest movie you just saw, or about a doctor who treated you really well, or about a restaurant you got a great meal in, you just tell them about the experience. You don't try to close them. You don't say, oh, you got your Visa on you? You could prepay for your meal right now. You don't. You just tell them about it. You share the experience, you share the emotion, and then you let them do it on their own. And that's kind of what you do. And then when you see them next week, hey, did you see the movie? You did? What'd you think about it? This is all completely normal conversation. The only thing that messes with our head is we want to close them. The whole time we're talking to them, back of our head, we're like, wouldn't it be great to close them? Wouldn't it be great if they joined and they bought and they did this and that? And, wouldn't it be great? But if you just kind of get all that out of your head and just share the experience with people and offer the tour, invite them to the webinars, you will be very, very surprised by how it feels easy. Like, I've been following Rob's technique, and a lot of times I'll message him. I'm like, I did this, and this. What else do I need to do? He goes, nothing. Follow up with them in a couple of days, and every couple of days check in with them until they tell you no or stop. And it's easy. At first it was horrible. Oh my gosh, at first it was horrible. I sat at the computer, I was sweaty, shaky. Remember, I was a US Marine for 16 years, but all of a sudden contacting strangers who gave me their phone number is really playing with my mind, building up all kinds of fear, all kinds of, anxiety. And it was all from me. It was all 100% on me. And I really need to stop getting surprised when a phone call goes really good. I don't think that reflects well. especially to the people who are new and just trying. This guy's surprised he had a good conversation. Yeah, it's something I'm going to have to grow out of. Oh, okay. Let's open it up. We're at 30-minute mark. Does anyone have any questions or anything else to add?
That was great, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki, for coming.
Great learning.
Really
Great
appreciate you.
learning.
Awesome.
Learning opportunity. Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, then, if there's nothing else, we will go ahead and, oh, wait, I'm sorry, guys, hang on. Okay, so this is the meeting. So let me just go ahead and stop the recording.